For the first time since the start of the 2025 West Indies Regional First Day Cricket Championship, fewer than 5 centuries were scored in a set of matches. Alzari Joseph, O'Shane Thomas, Chemar and Jason Holder, Ewan Allain, along with the spinners Joshua Bishop and Gudakesh Moti, all took fifers in the fifth round of matches. Jason Mohammed continues to struggle after stating that he would love to play for the West Indies again. Joel Andrew made what we hope will be the first of many centuries for the Leeward Islands Hurricane and West Indies, while Barbados had to swallow their pride at the Mecca as the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force ran riot. Hello everyone and welcome to the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean. I appreciate your company and I look forward to your interaction as we review the fifth round of the West Indies Regional 4-Day Cricket Championship. 4 matches were played as usual and there were 4 winners. We start with the Windward Island Volcanoes versus the Guyana Harpy Eagles. The Windward Island Volcanoes batted first and made 213 in their first innings. The Guyana Harpy Eagle replied with 324 all out, thanks to a splendid 113 from their captain, Tevim Imlak. Tevim Imlak 113 was a reply to Joshua Da Silva 3 consecutive centuries in the earlier rounds. This was Tevin Imlak's second century, and he batted stubbornly to give Guyana Harpy Eagle the lead. When the Windward Island Volcanoes batted a second time, the West Indies spinner Gudakesh Moti finally came good in the tournament, taking 6 for 38 as he bowled out the Windward Island Volcanoes for 135, setting the Guyana Harpy Eagle 28 to win, which they achieved without losing a wicket. So the Guyana Harpy Eagles continue on their merry winning way. In the next match, the Leeward Islands Hurricane, they were very good against the combined colleges and campuses. One moment. After batting first, the Leeward Island Hurricanes, they made 425 all out, thanks to centuries from Joel Andrew, who made 122, and also Justin Greaves, who made a century. When the CCC batted, they made 170, as Alzari Joseph took 6 for 35 in a fiery spell of fast bowling. The Leeward Islands Hurricane decided not to enforce the follow-on, which I support, and they made 249 for 7 declared, with Joel Andrew again scoring another half century of 65. Set a mammoth 505 runs to win, the combined colleges and campuses capitulated for 131, with O'Shane Thomas getting his first fifer for a long time in regional 4-day cricket. O'Shane Thomas picking up 5 wickets as he bowled the Leeward Islands Hurricane to victory. In the third match of the round, it was between the Jamaican Scorpion and the West Indies Academy. The Jamaican Scorpion batted first and made 375 all out, with John Camber getting 101. In reply, the Academy youngsters were skittered out for 211. Once again, the Jamaican Scorpion decided to bat again, which I agree with. I am not one who agree with enforcing the follow-on. When they batted, however, Joshua Bishop, with a brilliant spell of slow left-arm orthodox spin bowling, run riot and wrecked the Jamaican batting lineup as they bowled him out for 191 as he took 5 for 35, setting the West Indies Academy 356 to win. The West Indies Academy were going good on Saturday morning. At one stage, they were 296 for 5. Then Minley took matters in his own hand. Yes, the right-arm fast bowler who played 1 test match for the West Indies, picking up 3 wickets as he removed Bowen Tuckett, Joshua Bishop, and Ewan Allain to bowl Jamaica to a 40 runs victory over the youngsters. Naturally, it was a scare for needing 60 runs to win, with only five wickets in hand. One were thinking that the academy youngsters were going to beat the Jamaican Scorpion. It's the second time in 2 years that the academy youngsters came close to beating the Jamaican Scorpion. But once again, experience pulled out and the Scorpions were lucky. In the final match of the round, Barbados playing every player that you can think of with Test experience. It was a who of Barbados cricket that turned out. But on that first morning, Jaden Seals, Anderson Phillips, and Joshua James had different ideas as they skittered out the star-studded Barbados Pride players. As each one of them came to the crease, they have to tuck their tail between their legs and walk off, as it was paced like fire at the Mecca of West Indies cricket, bowled out for 826 in their first innings. When Trinidad and Tobago Red Force batted, they made 263. Sheldon Smith, a legend of this community, told me that they expect that Barbados will come better in the second innings. I told him then that Trinidad and Tobago Red Force will win by more than an innings. And so said, so done. Although Jason Older took 5 for 52 when Trinidad and Tobago Red Force batted, there were no answers once again to a combined bowling effort from the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force team as they were skidded out for 21, with Ruston Chase top scoring with a score less than 50 as he was run out. So those are the results of the 4 matches that were played in last week's tournament. Trinidad and Tobago Red Force beat the Barbados Pride. The Jamaican Scorpion beat the West Indies Academy. The Leeward Islands Hurricane beat the combined colleges and campuses, and the Guyana Harpy Eagles defeated the Windward Island Volcanoes. When we look at the summarizing the performances in the tournament thus far, I will come to the top 5 run scorer, top 5 wicket takers in a moment. But first, the 5 highest individual scores in the tournament. Craig Brathwaite continued to lead with 212. Jason Mohammed, 204 and 176 occupied second and third spot. A word on Jason Mohammed. I think that is Jason Mohammed should say he is no longer playing for West Indies cricket. He will make centuries in the next 2 innings. The moment he said that he wanted to play for West Indies, he put pressure on himself. Pressure that he have never been able to deal with in the past. He has started the series with 3 consecutive centuries, then voiced his opinion. Not his opinion, voiced his desire to represent the West Indies. And as soon as Mohammed voiced those desire and the pressure that comes with those desire, he started failing again. I think that if he announced that he no longer wants to play for the West Indies, then he will start making runs again as he will remove that pressure. Joshua Da Silva, 152, is 4th on the list, and Kirk McKenzie, 147, is 5th on the list. There have been 2 double centuries along with 29 centuries. So on 31 occasions in the 5 rounds of matches, players have passed 100. So 31 centuries in 5 rounds of matches, it therefore means that in every round, there's an average of 6 centuries that have been scored. Although we saw in the last round, which was the 5th round, only 4 centuries were scored, and a number of pace bowlers got 5 wickets. Alzari Joseph got a 5-for. Well, he got a 6-for. Shane Thomas, Ewan Lane, Shamar Older, and Jason Older all got 5 wickets as the Duke ball starts to talk. Now, when it comes to the best bowlers, Carey Pierre, who had taken 8 for 27 in the second innings of the first round of the tournament, continued to be the bowler with the best figure. His 7 for 40 is also second on the chart. Tamari Redwood, that schoolboy from Jamaica, who took 7 for 72, I think in his first match, is third. Joshua Bishop, 7 for 85. And the only seamer in the top 5 best bowling performance is Ronaldo Ali Mohammed from Guyana, who took 6 for 17 against the Jamaican Scorpion. So far in the tournament, there have been 29 occasions where a bowler have taken more than 5 wickets in an innings. Now, let's look at the leading run scorers in the tournament. Naturally, Jason Mohammed, because of that prolific start, is at the top of the chart. He had scored 519 runs at an average of with his highest score being 204 at an average of 108. His strike rate of 62, and as you see there, he has scored 3 centuries. In second position is the Barbadian Jonathan Drakes. He didn't make a lot this weekend, having played in 8 innings. He had scored 416 runs with an highest score of 117. He has 2 half centuries and 2 centuries, just like John Camber, the Jamaican captain and opener, batted in 7 innings, have scored 402 runs with a highest score of 126. And in fourth position, someone that I'm very happy to see that is on the chart, Joel Andrew, 390 runs. He have batted more times than the rest. However, his average of 48.75 is highly commendable. Not many West Indian regional batsmen average 48.75. And to see Joel Andrew averaging 48.75 in this tournament by the youngster, I am very, very happy. Interestingly though, his strike rate is 83.87. I would not be surprised. I know that earlier in the tournament, persons asked me what would my test team be. I said then at the time it was too early, but it is getting closer to that time where we will have to select that test squad for Australia. And Joel Andrew, should he continue on this same form, especially with that high strike rate of almost 84, I would not be surprised if Daren Sammy pick him in his team. Joshua Da Silva, after those 3 consecutive centuries, is on 379 runs with an highest score of 152. It's going to be very interesting between Joshua Da Silva and Tevin Imlach to see who really get the nod in the first test against Australia. My bet at this time is that it will be Tevin Imlach. When we look at the leading wicket takers in the tournament thus far, Harpy Eagles, although only picking up 4 wickets in his last 2 matches, clearly it appears that the Duke ball is giving the seamers more effort. As a result, Harpy Eagles is probably bowling fewer overs for the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force. That is something that I'll have to check, because his strike rate of getting a wicket every 4 overs still suggests a very, very good strike rate for a spinner. Veerasammy Permaul on 26 wicket comes next. But when you look at Veerasammy Permaul's strike rate of getting a wicket every 41 deliveries, that is much higher than what Harpy Eagles is getting. Jamel Warrican is on 21 wickets. He's getting a wicket every 35 deliveries. Joshua Bishop, comparable to Veerasammy Permaul, both of them are getting wickets after 40 deliveries. He's on 21 wickets. But when you look at the number of overs that Veerasammy Permaul bowl, 172, and Joshua Bishop bowl, 143. Now you understand why they get so many wickets, because their strike rate is so high. But because they bowl so many overs, that's why they are getting so many wickets. Ronaldo Ali Mohammed from the Guyana Harpy Eagles, who is the only seamer in the top 5 wicket takers, he has taken 20 wickets at the remarkable average of 13.4. His economy of 2.86 is also very good. And Ronaldo Ali Mohammed is also very good with the bat. He's very good. I recall that in the Guyana trials, he scored a big century. I think 150 plus. So he's not a rabbit with the bat. And we have seen that in the tournament also. So after 5 rounds of tournament, This is our points table. And there we have, and I decided to feature Joel Andrew today. I remember some years ago, I think it was just before COVID, a friend of mine called me and said that he saw this youngster playing in the West Indies Rising Star under 15 tournament. And when he spoke to me, he said, I saw the young man and his mother. And I went over to his mother and said, your son looks good, man. He can bat. And he said that the lady said to him, he has a younger brother that can bat better than him. And that younger brother was Joel Andrew. And so I featured Joel Andrew this week for scoring 122 and 65 versus the combined colleges and campuses. As I said in my introduction, I hope this will be the first of many centuries scored by this young man for the West Indies and the Leeward Islands Hurricane. Guyana Harpy Eagles continues to lead the standing with 102.6 points. Breathing down their neck are the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, 101 points. These two teams will clash in the final round of the tournament. It could be a winner take all. With $250,000 US at stake, it should be exciting cricket in that last match. The Leeward Islands Hurricane are on 79 points. I think both they and Barbados and Jamaica and the Windward Islands are really out of the tournament at this time. So it's really going to boil down between the Guyana Harpy Eagles and the Trinidad and Red Force, who I cannot recall the last time the Trinidad and Red Force wins the regional 4-day tournament. Probably a generation ago. But they have the opportunity. They have the opportunity to stop Guyana Harpy Eagles from winning a hat-trick of tournament. That last set of matches, the match will be played at Queen's Park Oval. That's the last match, not this round. This round of matches coming up is going to be, and this round of matches start on the 2nd of April. The Leeward Islands Hurricane will play the Guyana Harpy Eagles at Warner Park. That could be a tough match for the Guyana Harpy Eagles. The Leeward Islands Hurricane could put up a good fight there. Trinidad and Tobago Red Force will play a day and night match against the Jamaican Scorpion at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. I expect Trinidad and Tobago Red Force to win that match. I hope that Jamaica will win because I'm a Jamaican. But going on the form, if I have to bet, I'll bet on the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force to win. I think the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, they have an easier match than the Guyana Harpy Eagles. And it will be very interesting to see the point standing after that round of matches. The other two matches that will start on the 2nd of April are really of academic interest. The Windward Island Volcanoes will play the Barbados Pride, whose pride have been severely dented, as you see. And then the CCC will play the West Indies Cricket Academy in the clash of the two bottom teams. So you will have the top of the table clash in the next round of the tournament starting on the 9th. But in this round starting on the 2nd of April after Tom's Fool Day. And I appreciate and very glad and happy that Cricket West Indies have seen it fit to not play any tournament while the biggest track and field event, high school track and field event in the Western Hemisphere, some say the entire world, will be taking place. So Cricket West Indies have cleared their calendar and allowed Jamaica champs to take place without any cricket playing. Congratulations, Cricket West Indies. We appreciate you doing so. Now, you would have heard about the tournament that should start on the 25th of April, the T20 tournament, and runs until the 10th of May. It will see the 6th regional team played in a T20 tournament. Now, the retained players for those teams have been named. And I'm trying to bring up those retained players. Here they are now. I'm coming to you with them. So these are the retained players. I hope you are seeing it clearly. So these are the retained players. As you see there, from the Trinidad and Tobago Legions, that's what they will name for this tournament. The Trinidad and Tobago Legions. They have retained Camille Puran, Amir Jangu, Jait Gule. The list is there for you to see. So each franchise or each team is allowed to retain 7 players before the draft. This tournament, as I said, will start on the 25th of April and runs until the 10th of May, and it will be a T20 tournament. There are some criteria, and that's why you will not see players like Puran, Hope, Simit, some of those players, because there are some criteria. Like once you play, I think, more than 40 matches for the West Indies, there's some criteria, and I could bring up the criteria the next time, and so you will have a look of it. So it is really not for the senior players, so to speak. So that's the list for the Trinidad and Tobago Titans, the Leeward Islands Thunder, the Windward Islands Infernos. Well, Inferno, I think, is another name for Hurricane. And now we go to the list for the other 3 squad. And this is the list for the other 3 squad. So for the Guyana Harpy Eagles, Guyana Rainforest Rangers, interesting name. You have Simit, Savoy, Ali Mohammed, and so on. For the Barbados Pelicans, they move away from the Pride and is now calling themselves the Pelicans. And it's very interesting that Zishan Matara is in it, the right-arm leg spinner from the CCC. Right at the bottom there, you see his name for the Barbados Pelicans. The Jamaica Titan teams, Matar Anderson. I must admit, it's the first time I'm seeing that name. I've never seen it before. I've never heard it before. But I'll do some background work on him. Leroy Log, who we know is a ball beater. And interestingly, you realize that no players over the age of 30 is in this squad, because that's one of the criteria to play in this tournament. Romel Lewis, you remember him playing for the West Indies under 19. I think that he captain the West Indies under 19? I can't quite remember. Jevar Royal, Kirk McKenzie, Jordan Johnson, and Tamari Redwood. So those are the retained players from the 6 teams that will be taking part in the West Indies T20 tournament in collaboration with, of course, CPL. That tournament starts on the 20. That tournament, I think, starts on the 25th of May, as I said. It starts on the 25th of May, and so that's the update of the regional 4-day tournament. I will now take your comments. Look forward to your comments. I see Ivan Johnson. How are you, Ivan Johnson? Welcome to the show. Good to have you here. Ivan Johnson is a spiritual leader of the Cricket Forum, and we always appreciate her company. Please remember to slash a like on the video and click on the subscribe button. Good morning to you, the champion. I appreciate you here, and thank you, the champion, for reminding them. Even long time, I am a name because was taking care of some matters. So more blessing. I am here today. Okay, Ivan Johnson, I hope that all those issues, well, I shouldn't say all the chores that you are doing, all those business dealings and so on, that you would have completed them successfully. And we are very happy to see you here today. Athena, how are you, Athena? Welcome to the show as usual. Glad to have you here. Good morning, Patrick Lambert, Juna Benjamin. How are you doing, man? Welcome to you, Juna Benjamin. Love how the batsmen making runs. Yes, the batsmen are making a lot of runs. I am wondering though, Juna, because I'm wondering, and I'm really looking forward to the 6th round, because I'm not too comfortable with only 4 batsmen scoring 100 in the 5th round of tournament. I'm not too comfortable with that, and I'm hoping and looking forward to the 6th round, hoping that the 4 centuries in round 5 were just a blip. As in anything else, there are blips. In life, there are always blips. So I'm hoping that those 4 centuries in round 5 was just a blip. Thank you, Athena, for encouraging persons to hit the like button. The Academy won the first 3 quarters of the match and then threw it away. In my opinion, their meals should have been forfeited. Patrick Lambert is a harsh taskmaster. Patrick, they are believing that the West Indies Academy youngsters should not get any meal for throwing away the match against the Jamaican Scorpion. But in the end, Patrick Lambert, it's good banter. I like it. Not taking anything away from Jamaica, but the Academy should have won the game comfortable. The thing about it, Patrick Lambert, they just couldn't win the game. They couldn't win. They just could not beat Jamaica, Patrick Lambert, the Jamaican Scorpion. Those youngsters could not take the sting for much longer. And so eventually they have to give up Patrick Lambert. So that's all happened. We keep on stinning them. And all of a sudden they just crumble to the ground and the Jamaican Scorpion won. It is too early for Andrews to be playing Test cricket, especially against Australia, said Dane. All right, thank you for your opinion. I think that you're entitled to your opinion and nothing wrong with it. We respect it. I think, though, that some persons will agree with you and some will disagree. Kadim going to blaze that tournament, said West Indies Sport. Okay, that's the T20 tournament. Looking forward to it. Ronaldo is a good one too. And there's then Patrick Lambert is disagreeing with you. Mark you, I didn't make a commitment, but when I pick my squad, you should look forward to see if Joel Andrew is going to be in it. Sachin Tendulkar played his first test at 16 years. Yes, somewhere there. Was it 16 or 17, Patrick Lambert? But I think I got the point you are making. And Joel Andrew is as past 17. I am still down after the Pride performance, said Kevin Joseph. I know you would, Kevin Joseph. It was with all the players, with the Shea Hope, the Jason Holder, the Ruston Chase, the Craig Brathwaite, the Jonathan Drakes. No one expected Barbados Pride would have been dashed like that at the Kensington Oval. I recall in my preview, I did say that the Barbados Pride would have won. So it was very surprising, but it was paced like fire at the Mecca, and they never responded well. Garth Williams said, amazing interview yesterday, but why is Shea Hope only playing 1 game? Wow, interesting, Garth Williams. I think that they leave for the CPL, not the CPL, the high PL start on March 28th. Don't quote me, but the high PL starts next week. The exact date, I don't recall if it's the 28th or the 29th. And so he would have already been at the high PL when the tour. Was he drafted by a high PL team? What's Shea Hope drafted? I'm mixing up last year with this year. Can't recall, but I'm sure someone like Michael Douglas will tell me. But that is maybe the reason, Garth Williams, why he is only playing 1 game. So looking for a recall. Campbell looking for a recall to test Juna Benjamin. Now, you cannot take it away from a man who has scored 2 centuries in a tournament and have scored over 400 runs. He has done well. I have no doubt that Canberra has done well. I don't know what the West Indies selectors are going to do, but my personal opinion, and this is just my opinion, and you don't have to agree with my opinion, and it's okay to disagree with it. But I do not have any confidence in Canberra surviving against the Australian with his approach. I am not comfortable with Canberra's approach. And I don't think he can survive against the Australian with that approach. Should he be selected, I hope he will prove me wrong and score a number of centuries. But personally, my opinion is that can't take away the 2 centuries from him. Can't take away 402 runs from him. Averaging 57.43, he has done well with a strike rate above 72. That's well, that's brilliant. That's better than one a season. One a season will definitely be under some pressure. But I just don't have the confidence that Campbell will survive against the Australian. Good to see Dane and Patrick Lambert getting at it. Also, I feel Louis Mikel have to come good against Australia to keep his spot. And Juna Benjamin, that's all. This selection process is going to be very interesting because I'm sure that Mikel Louis will divide opinions. There are persons who will think that he should not be in the squad for Australia. And then there are persons who think that he should get a longer run. I'm really looking forward to picking my squad because I know it will take me a long time to do so. Thank you all for tuning in. It was a pleasure being here with you. To see you again tomorrow morning when we will look back at the discussion, at the interview that I had, not with Mile Bascom, but the 2 questions that I asked the West Indies head coach. And I maintain that he should be fired. Thank you and see you tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. And see you tomorrow morning at about 9:35 as usual. Until then, one love. God bless.